A very good day to you out there, wherever you may be. This is Ollie here at Visordown.com, armed and ready with our latest top 10 rundown of today's very best motorcycles. Today, we're getting your future nostalgia with the top 10 best modern classic motorcycles you can buy right now. Not familiar with the term modern classic? Well, we're talking modern motorcycles styled to look retro, or nostalgic, traditional. Motorcycles that wouldn't look out of place parked outside the Ace Cafe during the 1960s. Well, right up until the moment you pull out your mobile phone. With new entries from the BSA Goldstar 650 and Kawasaki Z650 RS, without a doubt, the modern classic class is one of today's hottest segments. So which model inspired by the past should you be having in your future? Let's get cracking. You know what? We wouldn't blame you if you considered fast-growing Chinese firm CFMoto as a bit of an imposter in this company. After all, the company was founded in 1989. As such, the retro-flavoured version of its 700 CLX range, known as the Heritage, is more of an understated tribute to the modern classic ethos. That's not to discredit the Heritage though, for it's a handsome, excellent value option available for just over £6,500. It is a bit of a mongrel though, with its design coming from the house of KTM, its aging, yet still fizzy, 693cc twin derived from the Kawasaki ER6, and switchgear pinched from the BMW parts bin, serving as a reminder the CLX isn't exactly cutting edge. But when compared with the similarly priced Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, the CLX offers better fit and finish, more kit, and an excellent 4-year warranty. In fact, we'd probably recommend it over the Enfield most days. It's just this is a modern classic day, and the Heritage is modern without the classic. If we were to rank this list in order of historical significance, then the Moto Guzzi V7 Special would feature further up this list. The Italian marque has just celebrated its centenary, existing today as the classic, more traditional, if a little forgotten, arm of the Piaggio family. As the more classically styled option in the V7 range, the stripped-back Special oozes charm in a way that is very, how would you describe it? Very Italian. Okay, let's put it another way. If one might describe the Triumph Bonneville as a quintessential British gentleman, then the Moto Guzzi V7 Special is its seductive mustachioed Italian cousin in an unbuttoned shirt beckoning you on an Amalfi adventure. Magnifico! It's also one of the most authentic retro models in this list, with its analog dials and exposed oily bits. Even the V7's flexible 853cc V-twin engine is a signature throwback to the 1970s. So whether you're zipping around Milan or cruising through Tuscany, the V7 Special feels special. Sometimes the simplest ideas are the very best. Take the BMW R9T for instance. It's a fairly back-to-basics motorcycle, albeit a handsome one all the same. It's pleasantly involving to ride with its tuneful 1170cc boxer engine, while there's no denying its air of quality as a BMW product. Except the R9T isn't really a BMW, they just put all the components together. In fact, as far as BMW is concerned, when an R9T rolls off its production line, it is a blank canvas, waiting for you to put your individual stamp on it. Evoking the spirit of the R90S, the R9T tips a nod to the past by encouraging the art of customization and modification. However, if you do prefer your deliveries ready to eat, BMW does handily offer its own factory-fresh versions in the Pure, the Urban GS and Scrambler. But do you know what? Forget those. Get the standard BMW R9T and go and get creative. It's amazing what two little letters can do to a motorcycle's image. Well, that and a complete redesign and retool anyway. Indeed, while the Kawasaki Z900, an accomplished, quality, if rather ordinary naked, may not seem the most obvious choice for a deliciously evocative makeover, Kawasaki pulled it off with the Z900 RS, its effortlessly cool retro brother. A distant spiritual successor to the iconic Z1, the first Kawasaki to wear the Z prefix that continues to flourish today half a century later. While Japanese firms have sometimes struggled to dial up the charm offensive in this segment, the Z900 RS keeps it simple while retaining an air of quality. Better still, while a standard Z900 won't set pulses racing, it is well built, handles well and feels punchy on the road. All traits the RS version retains, while feeling quite a lot more special. It's one thing to resurrect an iconic motorcycle, but when that motorcycle is widely regarded as the original modern classic, then you're not simply resurrecting an icon, you're taking responsibility for a legacy stretching 50 years. I am of course referring to this, the BSA Goldstar. Once upon a time the must-have motorcycle of its era, the BSA Gold Star returns today in 2022 as a well-judged, surprisingly authentic tribute to a legend of British motorcycling. No-nonsense nostalgia is the theme here, with BSA, aka Classic Legends, aka Mahindra, adopting a pure and simple approach when developing the Gold Star 650. So, while it's not sharp, it is enjoyably easy to ride. While it's not brimming with gizmos, it's also not complicated. And while it's not quick, its sweet-sounding single-cylinder engine bristles with character. Put it this way, if the original BSA Gold Star changed the future, then the BSA Gold Star 650 is a satisfying trip back down memory lane. Few motorcycles nail the charm offensive as effectively as the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. The Indian giant hasn't deviated terribly far from its misty-eyed approach to motorcycle design over the years, but whereas once its offerings were considered old-fashioned, today they're just very fashionable. By keeping one wheel in the past, the growing popularity of honest, valley-orientated motorcycles wrapped in a classic silhouette has seen the market come right back around to everything Royal Enfield is about. And this is no better demonstrated than on its 650 twins, the Continental GT, and this, the Interceptor. Like the BSA Gold Star at number 6, the Interceptor 650 won't be rushed, nor will it lavish you with luxury. With authentic looks, easygoing performance from the 47 brake horsepower engine, and a tempting £6,000 starting price, you will not find a motorcycle with as much flair for less cash. If, when buying a motorcycle, you prefer not to keep up with the Joneses, then venturing left field with a motorcycle from niche British firm CCM could be the way to go. With its range of boppers, scramblers and trackers, owning a CCM motorcycle is all about knowing you have something just that bit different and just that bit exclusive. Here we have plumped for the CCM Street Moto, which admittedly is one part modern classic, one part flat track, one part scrambler. Whatever, who cares? The CCM Street Moto is 100% cool. Only available in a limited run, so get your skates on. The Street Moto is hand-built with meticulous attention to detail. Things get a little more dated underneath, with a 600cc engine from Husqvarna, albeit from when Husqvarna was owned by BMW, and it won't feel as accomplished as, say, a Triumph. But whereas the Triumph seems just a little bit too obvious for the discerning rider, the Street Moto is all about the warm, fuzzy, feel-good factor of which it has in droves. Having realised it was onto a good thing with a nostalgia-flavoured Z900, it is no surprise Kawasaki has gone ahead and given its smaller sibling, the Z650, a dose of RS magic. Launched last year, the Kawasaki Z650 RS achieves the same feat as its bigger brother by taking a perfectly good but perfectly ordinary Z650 and giving it a seductive new identity. In many ways, the RS makes better use of its underpinnings than the original, with the breezy twin suiting its more laid-back vibe with an unhurried, refined ride. Being a Kawasaki, the Z650 RS remains superbly built, fun to ride and well kitted out. We'll touch that subtle two-tone paintwork and the beautiful gold multi-spoke wheels, elevating the premium feel further. In short, if anything, this should have been the original Z650 all along. The Triumph Street Twin is dead. Long live the Triumph Speed Twin 900. Yes, the motorcycle formerly known as Street has switched columns to align with the Speed Twin 1200, though this is as dramatic as the changes go. Nevertheless, the Speed Twin 900 is relatively new among Triumph's expansive modern classic lineup. While traditionalists might balk at our pick of the Speed Twin 900 over the icon of retro riding, the Bonneville, the marginally cheaper Speed Twin 900 gets our vote as a motorcycle that feels as modern as it does classic. Either way, few brands encapsulate the romance of a bygone era better than Triumph, with the Speed Twin embodying the spirit of the 60s in its punchy engine and keen handling, while never seeming anything less than contemporary in the quality and comfort. Have you ever watched one of those TV programs that runs for 15 years in real time, yet on the show remains stuck in like 1974? Well, you could say the same about the modern classic category, which has for a long time now been harking back to one very specific era. So, trust Yamaha to challenge what it means to be retro by launching a motorcycle that is somehow both inspired by the past, yet also futuristic. Here is the brand new Yamaha XSR 900, a thoroughly modern motorcycle from 2022 where it matters, but dressed in decidedly 80s influenced wares. You can forget double denim and shoulder pads though, the XSR 900 is a slick sporty little number, that rather ironically makes other retro motorcycles look dated. It's also a fantastic performer, amped up by its eager 117 brake horsepower, triple-cylinder 889cc engine, tuned to give it a characterful soundtrack befitting of its two-wheel boombox, while it's good value at a snip over £10,000. If your idea of a modern classic motorcycle is all about shiny exhausts and multi-spoke wheels, then the XSR 900 might just be a bit too out there for you. But when stacked up against its rivals here, let's just say we'd rather go back to the 80s on this occasion. So there you have it. The futuristically retro Yamaha XSR 900 emerges victorious as Visordown's favourite modern classic. Now, this is just our opinion, and everyone is of course entitled to one, so if you agree, fantastic. If you don't, even better. Variety is after all the spice of life. Either way, do let us know in the comments below, and you know the drill. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Because if you're not satisfied, we'll give you do you know what? What am I saying? We're pretty certain you'll be satisfied. Right, that's me done. Over and out, and ciao for now.